Hi Fibers, what we're going to be doing today is working with the border on our quilt square. So in the previous videos you've seen me do my sketch, turn it into my fabric quilted piece, hand stitch it down. I have the foam backing on it. So the next step is to add on our border and then do a backing with the black fabric that is in your bag, or if you have scrap fabrics that are shibori dyed or scrap fabrics at home that you want to use, you can do that. So I'm going to switch cameras in a minute before I do that. What you need from your box is you need your bag that has your fabric scissors, and then you're going to need your pens and your sewing thread. And I do know that some of the bags had white thread. It's fine. If we sew it the right way and flip it over, you won't see it. And you also have your embroidery thread, but please save the black thread for our embroidery project later on. So I'm going to move a few things, and what you're going to do also that was in one of your bags was you had a 2-inch wide piece of paper cut, and you're going to get your black fabric out. I'm going to just start with this edge because it is already straight, and you imagine what your project will look like is you'll have a piece here, 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 and here that we're going to sew on. We're going to sew it on this way, like on this edge, and then we'll wind up flipping. Same here, here, and here. So I'm going to move this, and I'm going to, with my scissors, put this down. If you have a pencil or a pen, you can trace the paper 4 times. Pencil will show up very lightly, so will pen. And this is fabric you do not want to tear. You want to hand cut this. Okay, I need to draw darker. I could not see that line. If you are fortunate enough to have a iron at home, it would be best to iron your fabric. I have a few in the classroom we can use if we are in seat. If you are home working on this, please iron if you have an iron. If not, you're going to have to do that trick where you get your pieces wet and lay them flat to dry or blow dry them. So this is number 2. Okay, I need 4 total. And you have to be very mindful when you're cutting this black fabric because you need to save a piece for the backing. Okay, so don't cut in the middle of your fabric. Just go one right next to the other, right next to the other. Okay, so I'm going to put this here. And the foam piece I gave you is actually a little small for the inside of your project. That is my fault. I realized that after I cut them, but you know what? We're still going to work with the materials that we have because my budget is gone. Okay, so I have my 4 pieces and I have my quilt square. So I'm going to grab my pens. I'm going to just set them on top. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put these on here, like here, and I can get some of my pens and pin it. You can either keep the foam under it now and hand sew through the foam, or you can insert the foam later on. I'm going to just keep the foam there. It might be a little bit harder to hand sew through, but it will be fine. So I'll wind up hand sewing here and flipping it over. Okay, so I'm going to pin this opposite side over here. And I'll probably hand sew these two on first and then take everything off and then hand sew the other two. Okay, so I'm going to hand sew these with my running stitch, flip them, and then I'll do the other two and I'll make another video. So I'm going to stop this. If you have questions, please email me or reach out. Otherwise, happy arting, okay?